Hello YouTubers, my name is Tacitus and you're watching Fracking Rebels. You're watching the Mandalorian Raiders flashpoint. This flashpoint is encountered in your low 20s and is still fairly simple, although you will need a healer and a tank. The first boss is Brax the Bloodhound. We initially thought that his hounds, if they were close to him, would give him some sort of buff and do a ton of damage, but they don't. They seem to have no real aggro table, and we couldn't find any rhyme or reason to why they were attacking people. As you can see, I was attacking them and doing the most damage on one or two of them, and they still would not attack me. I am level 32 in this video, even though it's a low 20s flashpoint, and this was because this was filmed during early access. Me and Eboncore were doing quests, and we were getting a good amount of experience and leveling much faster than the rest of the people, and we got in the first day of early access, so there wasn't really a ton of people with us. So we had to wait until other people had gotten to this level before we could actually do the instance, which was a kind of a weird side effect to being in first day in early access. It was an awesome thing, and yet at the same time we couldn't really do the flashpoints that we were supposed to be doing for our level until later. We did find one or two people that we saw on every single world we went to that were leveling at the same pace as us, really fast. And before early access was over, Eboncore got to level 41 and I got to level 39. He apparently has more time to play than I do. We leveled together for the social points though, and we got pretty far in social. We're almost social 5 after just a week of questing, so pretty fun. But this boss is pretty easy. After you take down his bloodhounds, he does hardly any damage, and he goes down pretty quick. So the next boss you're going to face is the Republic Boarding Party. 4 bosses, technically. This is the hardest fight in the instance, pretty easily in my opinion. This is just my opinion though. They mimic the Republic classes. As you can see, there's going to be a consular, a Jedi Knight, a smuggler, and a trooper. The Jedi Knight you want to take down first. He has no aggro table and likes to jump around and cause a ton of mayhem. The easiest way to do this is to have everybody stack in the middle. The easiest place is the Republic logo that they're standing on, and that way he won't be jumping around all over, and your melee won't have a hard time, as I did in this fight, running around trying to do some DPS while catching up to him, because he, as you can see, he likes to jump all over the place and just attack everybody, and he does a pretty good amount of damage. So if you have everybody tank him in the middle and have everybody stack around him, he won't be jumping around, and you can just get him down pretty quickly, and then everybody can move around, as the other ones do have an aggro table, fortunately. But once you take him down, you should... We did him, and then we did the consular. Our reasoning was the consular has to heal, right? But I don't know if we were right or not. I didn't really see her cast any heals at all. So, there's a big cog in front of his face, so I can't really tell. But that's pretty much a him. There's a beard, I think. It's small on my screen. Whatever. Anyway, we went for the consular after that, but we didn't really see him cast any heals. So, whatever is your option, go for it. The final 2 guys, you definitely want to get down at around the same time, though. The reason is, after you get down 3 out of the 4 bosses, the last one will start casting a really heavy-hitting AoE damage move. And it will take out your tank and your melee pretty quickly, unless they're smart. But he casts it all the time, and so they'll have hardly any time to actually DPS him. So unless you're pretty much all ranged, you should probably get them down at the same time. If you get him down at the same time, this limits the time that he has to cast an AoE, even if he even gets one off. Sorry, my English are bad today. But if you get him down at the same time, as you can see, I switched between them just to make sure. But Eboncore was going for the one, and I was going for the other mainly, so it was pretty easy. As long as your group knows what's going on, you can get them down pretty quickly and without any incident. One of the things I absolutely love about the dungeons in this game, flashpoints, dungeons, raids, instances, whatever they're called, you get light side, dark side options in the first ones at least. This doesn't really have anything to do with any bosses, but it's so cool I thought I would throw it in. You come across something in the instance that you interact with, and your entire group interacts with it, and it allows you to choose light side or dark side, and it's basically free points, as you can see here. And it's pretty fun and funny seeing what happens to them. I am going all dark side, and I'm pretty far on the dark side. As you level, if you pick one or the other, you can get to dark side or light side level 5 by the time you're 50 pretty easily. By the time you're on Hoth, you'll be 1,500, maybe 2,000 away from dark side 5. And right now there's not really any armor or anything that uses dark side 5. They might implement that later, but so it's pretty easy to get, but choose one because neutral doesn't really give you any benefits right now at all. The final boss of this instance is Maverick's Varad. He's more annoying than anything. He jumps around all these platforms. As you see, when you start the fight, he jumps back, and then he jumps to the first platform. On each platform, there's two turrets that need to be taken down. I told the group this, but apparently they weren't listening as they DPS'd him, and then he jumped to the second turret. What you want to do is DPS these turrets down, and then attack him. The reason being, as you can see right now, the turrets on the next platform are attacking us. They don't really have a range. They don't care how far away you are. They're just going to blast you until you're dead. So you take down the turrets and then take down him. He jumps to the next platform, rinse and repeat. 3 platforms, pretty simple to do. This one went pretty well, as did the next one. After the 3 platforms, he jumps to the middle, and then you can just wail on him and get him down quickly, and it's real easy. Like I said, the turrets, though, don't have any range, so you definitely want to get them down before you take his health down and he jumps to the next one. Otherwise, at the end, you're going to have 6 turrets wailing on you, and when there's 6 of them, they do quite a bit of damage. But as long as you're paying attention and you're not herp-derping around and you don't stand in the fire, this fight is going to be really easy to do. So there is the Mandalorian Raiders flashpoint for you. Like I said, you'll encounter this in your low to mid-20s, and it's a pretty simple flashpoint if you know what you're doing. The hardest point is the Republic boarding party, but once you get those guys down, it's still fairly simple. I'll be bringing Cade Mimu, the Foundry, boarding party, and other instances a little bit later. I might have to go back and re-record some of that stuff, so you'll see a pretty high-level Sith warrior wiping out on some guys. I don't know what to do with the Foundry, though. There's a pretty giant spoiler in there. I don't know if I want to bring that. It's related to one of the bosses. But anyway, thanks for watching. Comment, like. We always appreciate hearing from you. If you think we're doing something wrong, let us know. Thanks.